The Department of Home Affairs refused entry into South Africa for 22 Afghanistan nationals despite a court order that government should grant them asylum. The Pretoria High Court issued the order on Friday after the U.S. non-governmental organization argued that the group might have been victimized by the Taliban. The department, which claimed it was notified of the pending court proceedings after the fact, is challenging the order. Reacting to the court's ruling, Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi said his office did not think this was a case of asylum seekers or refugees but a move made by the U.S. non-governmental organization to undermine South African sovereignty. He said that this was not the first attempt by the same organization to force the group into the country. He alleged that in 2021, the non-government organization sent a letter to President Cyril Ramaphosa and copied him and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation Naledi Pandor. Department spokesperson Siya Ngoza said the court reserved judgment on Monday afternoon and the outcome of the proceedings were expected during the week. Ngoza said that the 22 had previously been in Zimbabwe but left for Zambia. Talking to the media, Motsoaledi said they believe the latest move was just another trick. If it is true that the Taliban are looking for them, what happened from 2021 when we refused entry for the first time? Where were they and what was happening since then, he asked. Motsoaledi said the U.S. moved out of Afghanistan in 2021. It expressed concern that people who are working with the country may be victimized by the Taliban. I remember very well them saying they will have to help them by giving them citizenship and permanent residency in the U.S. He said a few weeks later his department received a letter from a lawyer in South Africa who said she was acting on behalf of the U.S. non-governmental organization. The lawyer was informing them about allowing people who are arriving in South Africa entry to the country and said that the non-government organization would pay for everything until the people were relocated to the U.S. within 6 months. We took serious offense to that matter. The letter goes on to lecture us about international obligations. We took offense and ignored them, he said. The letter was addressed to Ramaphosa and copied to Motsoaledi and Pandor. He discussed the matter with Pandor and decided it was nonsensical and they rejected the letter. We didn't ask the president or talk to him. We said something like this is not accepted. They call themselves a non-government organization, so we couldn't go to the U.S. government because non-government organizations fall outside the realms of government, he said. He said the department left the matter until it resurfaced on February 16th when a junior immigration official at the Beitbridge border post received a letter from a group of lawyers claiming to represent the 22. They don't mention their nationalities or their names. They said accept 22 people at Beitbridge. They are coming there to enter South Africa and apply for asylum. We request you to prepare a transit visa for them in terms of the Section 23 of the Immigration Act so they can come and apply for asylum, he said. Motsoaledi said a bus arrived carrying 22 Afghans and 3 Americans who were coming to South Africa to apply for asylum. He said officials refused them entry, but on Friday they arrived back at the border post with a court order instructing the department to let them in a temporary measure. We were not in court because we were not served. We didn't know we were being sued. Then we discovered the trick being used here. The court case started in Pretoria, but the papers were served to a junior immigration officer in Musina and it was served in Beitbridge via email, he said. He said the official discovered the email after 4 hours and that he had an email telling them to appear in court. Within that 4 hours, they already went to court to obtain an order. They showed the judge a stamp and said, "We have served these people 4 hours ago, but they are not responding. This is an emergency. People can be killed." They attached the document written in Arabic. He said on Saturday there was a court case in Pretoria with a different judge and the department presided its case since the group was insisting they wanted the order to be implemented. The judge agreed we should not implement it and said that she would bring forward the March 7th hearing. We didn't let them in. We stopped them at Beitbridge and the bus took them back to Harare, he said. Motsoaledi said that Motsoaledi told the media that the country was being targeted because there was a belief around the world that in South Africa everything goes. You can do whatever you want anytime. We hear a lot that they tell you the Constitution of South Africa and the law allows for everything and it's better to go there, he said. What would the public say if we have people the Taliban are looking for without having the power to protect ourselves, asked Motsoaledi. Surely Americans have the power. They are the ones who moved to Afghanistan, not us. Who must clean after them? I really don't think that is fair.